All right, boys, we're back with another episode here, episode 12, I believe, of the Halifax Armada franchise mode. Today we're going to jump in to the trade deadline. We know what we want. We want some offense. Like, if you look at our stats here on the right, I mean, we traded for Patrick Kane, and he's our top scorer, first of all, which says something. Our goals for per game is at 2.66, 26th in the league. Meanwhile, our goals against average is 11th in the league, and our power play is also 25th in the league, with our penalty kill in 7th in the league. So our defensive stats are really good, but our offensive stats are really not good. So we know what to do here, right? So we're going to jump into the deadline here after this game against the Vegas Golden Knights, who now have Mitch Marner, of course. Wow, okay. 3 power play goals in a row after I just said our penalty kill 7th in the league. Alright, well, that's not good, boys. And kidding me? Brock Nelson, Tom Harley, William Karlsson with 2 goals at the end there to send us to overtime. That's huge. Hell yeah, William Karlsson. Against his former team, he wants to get those points. It's a big FU to the Vegas Golden Knights there for leaving him unprotected. 2 goals to tie this game up. Hell yeah. All right. Let's go to overtime, and we win it in overtime. Justin Bear buries a goal there. Hurdle, Dorothea, Barbaship, and Stone gets his 21st. Man, Carlson gets his 18th. Barron gets 8th as a defenseman on the third pair. It's a lot of goals for a third pair defenseman right there. 3 stars, of course. William Karlsson, 2 goals, 1 assist. You'll love to see it. Well, that must have been a thrilling game. Wow. All right. So we know we're capable. We know we're capable of scoring goals and winning games, but yeah, that bumped up our goals for per game to. No, that's not us. That's Utah. Sorry. No, we're still 24th. 12th in goals against. Didn't do much. So, up next, we have the trade deadline. And yeah, I just told you what our plan is. Add some offense. So, we're going to be a buyer. And we're going to see what we can do here. Who's available? Rasmus Anderson, Bo Byram, Alex Tuck, clause protected, though we can't get him. Matheson, York. Cam York. Medium elite offensive defenseman. Line 8 is protected. See, the reason I don't know about York is because we have Thomas Harley and Jacob Slavin. But it does interest me. Because he's an offensive defenseman. So already got 8 goals and 24 assists. He'd be that perfect power play quarterback. We can sign him to our own deal. But we already have so many left D. Does he also play the right side? He's a lefty slash righty. Could play the right side. Oh, boys. I think you do, man. That's our best option to improve our offense. And I think we're going to have to do it. I think the Brazo experiment is over. Because you got to give up to something to get something. And I think it's going to be Justin Brazo. But do we want him as depth for the playoffs? We do. Can we get him with draft picks? give him a first. Yeah. Hold on. How many forwards do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, without Brazil. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with Turcotte when he comes back, 14. But we do like that the fact that like when someone gets hurt, we have Brazil. I mean that is good theft, like you know. But we gotta give up Cap. So, we give a great Shen. They want him. He wants to go there. He's not having a good season at all, boys. Like at all. Minus 14, 9 goals, 7 assists, like 16 points. Come on. Just having an awful year. If you throw him in there, that way we have to throw Dvorak in. We haven't tested that. He's played one game. I think you still do it, boys, for the long-term success of this team. I think Shen being in this deal helps us. What's a second? We're going to try that. Rejected. You want any other goalies? You want Hillebrand? We're going to keep him. We're going to keep these guys. Have to be like a fourth on top of it. I'm willing to do that. Value of what you're asking is just not up to snuff at all. What about 2 seconds? That way we still have a first, a second, and I think 2/3? No, just 1/3. First, second, and a third, still. And we have Cam York. But we get rid of Braden Shen. Trade rejected. What about a fourth on top of that? How about another fourth? So Braden Shen, 2 seconds, 2/4 for a 24-year-old offensive defenseman who can hold his own defensively. Great skater, not the most physical, but we need a guy to run our power play. And we want him to be him. It's not going to be so easy here. I think if we want this trade to work, it's going to have to be Brazil. Then we go bang, bang, bang. This way we'd be over the cap. Because we're not getting that Shen contract. To be under the cap, is that what it is? No, we'd be over the cap. Is there any forwards you want to give up? Delorier. No. We'd be interested in like Garnet Hathaway. Honestly. Just for 1 year. Tyson Forster. We need a cheaper guy. That's what I. Michkov? No. I don't know, boys. It's looking like it's going to have to be Shen and Brazil, maybe. So without them, we'd be trading our 2 forwards that worked the least on this team so far, by the way. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 when Turcotte comes back. So we need another forward, but I'm perfectly fine with getting a forward in another deal. I don't mind making this trade, boys. And we can even maybe throw another defenseman. Do we want a Ceramo for the future, boys? Because we're going to have a logjam on lefty, man. Slavin's not going nowhere. Harley's signed for 6 more years at a good deal. It's hard to say, man. I want to keep him. We want to keep Ramo as well. I'll give you guys 4, Bert. We didn't like him at all. How about that? I didn't think that would work. I think we're going to have to add probably 1 or 2 seconds. We're going to give you Minnesota 2nd, and that should go through. Come on. Yep. All right. So we gave up a lot right there, but we got our offensive defenseman for this year. Next year, we can, reset our defense core. Like, reset the long-term vision of our defense core, but for now, we really needed an offensive defenseman to show up and play big minutes this season because we're really lacking offense. All right, so now that we got rid of those 2 forwards, we're going to need some depth here. We're going to need another forward for sure. So, let me think here. Our first line is going to be William Karlsson still with Cooley and Ehlers. Then it's going to be Pinto, Tanev, Wilson. Then it's going to be Nelson, Kane, and Bjorkstrand. Nyquist on the 4th, Eisenmont on the 4th, Dvorak on the 4th. Then Turcotte comes back. But for now, it'd be Fitzwalski filling in for injuries, which we don't love. If we can get a better centerman, man, to play on that first line, is there anyone, man? Like, yeah. Logan. Way too expensive. Trevor Zegras is available. We need offense, right? Get out of here, Pittsburgh. Trying to make a move with your rivals here. Another one. If we can get Zegras and York at this deadline from Philly, I'll be happy. They want York back. Are you kidding me? Oh. Justin Barron's having such a good season, man. I can't treat him. I can't do it. He's playing too well. I don't really love the way Pesci's playing, but he's got a no trade clause. You know? Do we trade a first for Zegras? Because I don't know what else to trade. Or do we trade 2 seconds, maybe? Yeah, over the cap. It would have to be a defenseman, boys. We're not trading another forward. Over the cap still. What if you keep, like, a mil? Still $1.5 million. Still 2 mil. It's only for 1 year, so 2.5, maybe. That would work. Let's try it. Yeah, I didn't think so. Of a first, boys. But we got another centerman that we can sign to the deal here. Let's just get it offense. Add him to the You also add him to the power play, and we instantly upgrade our offense. He doesn't have to play big minutes, boys. Like, if we don't like him, still gonna be an RFA. Like, yeah, I think we're giving up a first right here for Zegers, boys. You guys might think this is not a good move, but I believe it's gonna pay off, and I'm even gonna give him a fourth to make this go through. Not sufficient at all. 2/4. Have 2 seconds, third, 2/4, fifth and a sixth, 2/6 and a seventh. So we're still gonna have an impact at this draft. But we also have Trevor Zegras. If nothing else, boys, that value is not going nowhere. He's gonna be an RFA. We're taking a big risk here, but I think that all things considered, it's not that big of a risk because at the end of the day, we could just get our value back by trading Zegras away to another team if it doesn't work out. If it works out, then great, because we get a stud centerman. A stud offensive centerman for a first round pick. That's what you hope your first round picks develop into, our first round or our first line centerman. So yeah, I like this trade. If we could go for a future 1-2-3 punch of Zegras, Lambert, and Shane Pinto, boys, like, I like that a lot. If Zegras works out, and if Lambert works out, to be honest, we don't. We also had Cam York, so we robbed the Philly Flyers of two of their young players, one centerman, one defenseman, and out the door are a lot of picks. So at first, they got 4 firsts in the Sears draft. They got 5 seconds as well. Now we gave them 2 fourths. Wow. All right. So they know what they're doing here. They're going all in the at this draft. And we also gave them Braden Shen, Justin Brazeau, and Gustav Lindstrom. Right? Lindstrom was expendable because we now have York. Our extra defenseman is now going to be Baron Aramo for the playoffs. So, yeah, best of luck, Braden Shen. I mean, you looking like you might get moved again, but he wasn't cutting it. So, I'd rather take a chance on Trevor Zegras, try to bring in some offense, because that's what's lacking most this year. He's having a bit of a better season for sure, on a worse team, so let's see what happens. So that's it for our moves at this deadline. Everything else is pretty much set lineup-wise. We're going to go through the trade summary, though, in a second. Before we do that, is there anyone we're missing that we should take a run at? No, doesn't look that way. Nope, I like our team mostly. I do like our team. Now that we have Zegras, our extra is going to be Dvorak, and Turcotte's also coming back, so I think that's fine. No trades found for Brett. So I was gonna look, but I don't think we could. We should sacrifice our future. All right, trade summary. Emery. So the Rangers trade away EJ Emery for a third, Sunkfist and Walker. Colorado gets Anthony Mantha from the Pens for Christian Humphreys and Christian Humphreys. Huh. I don't know what that spell was. I'm sorry. So we get Trevor Zegras, yep, for a first. Lindstrom and 2 fourths. So Buffalo trades Ryan McLeod and it's to Anaheim. So Anaheim gets themselves a centerman signed for 4 years at $5 million. Anything else happen up top here? Oh, Anaheim picks up Rasmus Anderson from the Flames, but they give away Roger McQueen. So they picked him at 10th overall this year in the draft, and traded him for a right-handed defenseman. Well, all right. So Anaheim's really going in here. They traded for McLeod as well. Chicago acquires Ross Colton, so they're buying, and Colorado's selling. Or are they though? Because they got Manth. I don't know what Colorado's doing. We made a trade. We traded Forbert to Philly, and they traded him to New Jersey right away. Ottawa picks up Adam Sikora for a third, fourth, and Tyler Clevin. Who is this Sikora guy? How does he have that much value? Must be a prospect. So Ottawa's selling, clearly. Well, not clearly, actually. I just thought because Clevin's the roster player for them now. So, I don't know. Anyways, my deal there for the Flames in Tampa. We get York for Brazo, Shen, and 2 seconds. Nathan Gaucher, Sidorov, and Killorn go from Anaheim to Calgary, and Anaheim acquires Backlund, LeBanc, and Hanley. So Anaheim making a lot of moves there. Yeah, this deadline, right? So they got 2 centermen, a right winger, 2 defensemen, all in this deadline. Ottawa gets Clifton and a third and a fourth for a second, and Ryan Don. I don't know what Ottawa's doing. Edmonton gets a right-handed defenseman, Danil Miramana from the Flames for 2 prospects. Carolina gets Klingberg and Darren and Grunstrom from San Jose for a couple of prospects. Vegas gets Jake Bean for some prospects. St. Louis acquires a prospect from Washington. Casper Stenlund goes to Tampa for a prospect and a pick, and yeah, that's about it. So I'd say Anaheim are the winners of this deadline, or us, because we get 2 real offensive guys, and that's what we were looking for. But Anaheim got Rasmus Anderson, Ryan McLeod, Mikael Backlund, and Kevin LeBanc. They're looking pretty good. They were already having a good season. So, all right, we're gonna edit our lines here. See how our new players fit in right out the gate. So, scratched. Zegers is there. Yep. So we want Zegers playing. We're going to try him out for sure. Will he be playing center or left wing? I don't know. But we're going to keep Pinto and Evan Wilson, right? That first line's going to stay like this. No. We're going to have Cooley up there. I think we can have Carlson up there on the first line. How do I make this work here? I think you throw Nelson up. No. Oops. We're going to throw Icing on the stands here. We're going to throw a natural centerman, Christian Dvorak, on the fourth line. And that's going to be our forward lines for now. See how this goes. I'm excited to see how this third line does. We know how that second line does, and the first line might have to be switched, but we'll see. Yeah, we shall see. Now, defensively, this is where it gets a little tricky. I think we want to keep Slavin and probably want to keep Pesci and Harley, honestly. Or do you throw like Cam York? Let's say the hell with it. Pesci has a no trade. But he's played all season on the second pair. So if he plays on the third pair, I don't think it's that big a deal. We're going to try and improve our offense here. Yeah, Cam York. There he is on the first power play.
Malik Bjorkstrand here. Ehlers on the point. There we go. And instead of Cooley, we're going to throw Mr. Trevor Zegras on the power play and see how that works. All right, so that's going to be our lineup, and we'll pick back up in the next video with some more simulation and gameplay as we keep heading for a goal of making the playoffs here, boys. So, all right, so like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for listening. We'll be back very soon.